I frequently get asked the ultimate content question. What is the absolute fastest way to transform one long video into a full week's worth of engaging social media posts? Because I take that challenge seriously, today I am going to walk you through my exact step-by-step process using a tool that legitimately saves me countless hours every single week. Seriously, if you are producing any kind of long-form content like podcasts, interviews, online courses, or even lengthy live streams, this next trick makes creation feel fun again. Before we dive into the solution, we absolutely must be aligned on the 5 non-negotiable elements of great short-form social editing, regardless of the platform you target. First up is pure speed, because platforms move incredibly fast, and if your editing workflow is sluggish, you have already missed the viral moment. Second, simplicity is key, because most content creators are not professional video editors and are already juggling 10 different roles. Third, you must prioritize hook-first formatting and perfectly editable captions, since most people watch with the sound completely off. Fourth, demanding multi-format outputs is essential, meaning you need landscape, vertical, and square versions from the same source material without restarting the entire process. And finally, number 5 is smart clip selection and consistent scheduling, which moves you from just cutting content to actually building a reliable audience. Now that we agree on those 5 foundations, let me show you precisely why this specific tool has become my absolute go-to for batch processing an hour of footage into a dozen high-energy shorts. The first major step is simply uploading your long video file, or pointing the tool at your raw recording folder, and then you just let the artificial intelligence do the real heavy lifting for you. There is absolutely no need for you to manually scrub through that tedious timeline looking for the good bits. The software analyzes everything automatically. The true magic happens when the AI intelligently identifies the moments that are statistically most likely to perform well for social algorithms. This means the tool surfaces punchy one-liners, genuine emotional beats, quick actionable tips, and those specific moments where the conversation truly spikes. So instead of you spending hours hunting through 60 minutes of content just to find one 20-second gem, the system brings all the potential gems directly to your attention. That single feature alone saves a truly ridiculous amount of time compared to my old workflow of manually clipping, listening back, and endlessly trimming. With this system, I now just review a handful of AI-suggested clips, quickly tweak the few I really like, and boom, I have post-ready videos instantly. Once those clips are suggested, you move on to polishing them up quickly using a very intuitive editing experience. You can easily trim the edges, reorder segments, adjust the captions, and even swap out generic intro or outro lines if the first draft isn't quite right. The whole editing interface feels remarkably light and friendly. Honestly, if you know how to cut and paste text in a document, you will master this in minutes. I particularly appreciate that the tool works non-destructively, keeping your original long-form video completely intact while generating all these new short clips around it. Another huge feature I rely on daily is the ability to set up consistent templates for all my different output formats. You create one master template for shorts, reels, and your landscape posts, ensuring your captions, logos, and graphics are always perfectly placed. When you apply a template, the software automatically refits the clip to the correct aspect ratio and intelligently respects the platform's safe zones. This means drastically fewer formatting mistakes, far fewer frustrating re-exports, and beautifully consistent branding across every single post you publish. We already touched on it, but let's re-emphasize the necessity of captions, because people truly scroll with the sound off nowadays. The tool automatically generates accurate captions for every single clip right out of the gate, which you can then edit like you are typing in a standard text box. You can easily fix any small errors, strategically shorten lines for better pacing, or use formatting to add visual emphasis where it matters most. Being able to tweak the timing and line breaks is a massive win because it directly influences viewer retention within those critical first 2 seconds. Now, are you sick of manually posting every single piece of content you create? Because that's where this workflow truly pulls ahead of the competition. After you finalize a batch of clips, you can define your desired posting frequency, and the AI will schedule everything out for you at the smartest possible times. You literally choose how many posts you want per day or per week, and the system queues and publishes them automatically, eliminating constant monitoring. This is the critical difference between proactively building a content pipeline and constantly playing a reactive game of social media whack-a-mole. If your goal is to seriously scale your content output without needing to hire an entire social media management team, this feature will pay for itself almost instantly. The integrated content calendar then gives you one clean visual overview of what is scheduled, what is already published, and what is still in draft status. From this central hub, you can easily rearrange the publishing order, swap out a clip last minute, or make final caption edits right there. For teams managing multiple channels or solo creators juggling a massive content load, this centralized view prevents everything from spiraling into chaos. Let's talk about the competition for a moment. Traditional editors like Premiere or Final Cut are incredibly powerful, but they expect you to do all the creative heavy lifting yourself. Those traditional programs certainly won't automatically identify which parts of your 90-minute podcast are actually going to make someone stop scrolling their feed. Vizard's AI-driven clip selection is the actual dividing line between merely having content and having content that demonstrably works and converts viewers. When comparing against other AI editors, some are prohibitively expensive, others only handle very short-form editing, and many crucially lack built-in scheduling. For instance, tools like Descript are fantastic for transcript-based editing and they're excellent overdub features, but they don't focus on this specific problem set. If your primary goal is turning one long video into a consistent stream of platform-optimized short clips with scheduling baked in, this tool offers a more streamlined solution. You can also quickly polish the audio quality, which is a big plus since not every recording session is blessed with a perfect studio-grade microphone setup. The cleanup and leveling features make the resulting clips sound surprisingly crisp for general social media consumption, even if it's not a studio mic performance. When you combine this with fast fade transitions and the ability to easily add a simple background music bed, you avoid having to re-record things just to make them usable. A massive advantage for many is the ability to create compelling video content without ever having to step in front of the camera yourself. You use the tool to extract those key spoken moments from your audio, pair them with readily available stock B-roll, animated text, or your own screen recordings. You can effectively turn an entire hour-long podcast episode into multiple highly visual and engaging social posts without shooting a single new selfie clip. This is an absolute lifeline for coaches, course creators, and podcasters who need to maintain posting consistency without risking total creative burnout. To give you a real-world example, I recently started by uploading a recorded 2-hour live stream directly into the platform. Vizard immediately suggested about 6 to 8 short clips it predicted would perform exceptionally well across all my key channels. I simply picked my favorites, quickly refined a headline on one, applied my branded vertical template, and then I scheduled 3 of them for the upcoming week. In under 20 minutes of focused work, I had secured an entire week's worth of fresh, optimized content. That is my actual repeatable workflow, not just marketing hype. Now let's be clear, no single tool is the perfect answer for every single video task, because every creator has different needs. If your project requires heavy visual effects, complex cinematic color grading, or intricate motion design, you should absolutely stick with Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. Similarly, if you need to perform studio-grade audio restoration involving complex denoising or restoration, a dedicated digital audio workstation will always be superior. This application is not trying to replace those high-end, frame-by-frame professional tasks that require deep specialization. What this tool definitively replaces is that mind-numbingly boring, time-sucking process of manual clipping, adding captions, manual formatting, and scheduling. People always ask me about the pricing structure, but the only question that truly matters is how much of your valuable time this process is going to save you each month. Even a small creator who currently spends just a few hours every week editing can recover the subscription cost very quickly by multiplying that time saving over months of consistent posting. The pricing model is specifically positioned for creators who are serious about achieving professional output scale without inheriting massive operational complexity. So, the big question for you is, are you ready to stop spinning your wheels and actually give this accelerated workflow a serious try today? If you have long videos and you want a predictable, incredibly fast way to generate high-performing short clips, you owe it to yourself to test this out. Start by uploading just one long episode, see what the AI recommends, tweak a few clips, apply your templates, and schedule a full week's worth of content. It truly is that straightforward to implement into your existing creation schedule right now. If you want me to record and share a full, real-world walkthrough demonstrating the entire process from a raw interview file to 10 scheduled clips, please drop a comment below. And if you have already used Vizard or another similar tool and found a workflow secret I missed, please share your favorites and tell everyone why you prefer them. I genuinely love swapping production tips because there is always something new to discover in this constantly evolving content landscape. Alright, your final homework assignment is to go immediately dig out just one long video you've already created and buried somewhere on your hard drive. You are honestly going to be amazed at how many short, high-impact posts are already hiding inside that single file. You just needed the right smart tool to finally unlock them.